But I always thought that I was feeling, and I always, like, my perception was, I'm feeling safe. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm feeling, yeah, I guess so. I know how to be angry, yeah, I guess so. Because I didn't know that I could feel more.
When the nervous system is being active all over every minute of the day, anxiety is in the end what you get. When the nervous system is happy and safe and feeling good, there's no anxiety.
Is it the full bucket?
The full bucket. Yeah, beautiful.
The moment that I did take off my guard and I did have those conversations, actually, the world around me was like, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, then you have the true connection.
Yes, because you connect as the being that you are, like as your authentic self.
Exactly.
Hi guys, this is Annie. Welcome to Annie's Alchemia, the podcast. We are here in this soft learning space together to explore the importance of feeling. In each episode, I sit down with an inspiring guest to talk about alchemy. I started to feel so much better when I started to feel more. My wish is that you as a listener will feel inspired to feel more deeply, because that, to me, is alchemy. Let's dive in. Dear Charlotte, welcome. Welcome to Annie's Alchemia, the podcast. Welcome inside my home. Welcome in Amsterdam.
Thank you so much.
I am really happy that you're here. To me, you are a true alchemist when it comes down to the nervous system. I've listened to several of your podcast episodes, and I'm really excited to dive in. I think there is a lot to debunk together. But before we dive in, I would love for you to guide me through a meditation, as well as the crew here today. But I think it's also nice for the listener to shift the focus from the outside to the inside.
Beautiful. Yeah. Well, let's start. Let's start to close your eyes, and I will guide you and also the crew and all the listeners. And I will close my eyes as well. And then the invitation is there to breathe in through your nose to the depth of your belly. Hold there for a little while and breathe out through your mouth. And repeat this. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. And one more time, breathe in. Make your breathe a little bigger. And breathe out. And give yourself a comfortable position by sitting or laying down. And feel your body connected by the couch or your chair, or maybe the ground under you. And then I would like to invite you to make a deep dive from your head to the lower part of your body. And I will guide you from the middle point of your head in the brain, going a little bit lower to your throat, your chest, and then your heart. Make some connection with your heart to put your left hand on your heart and place your right hand on the lower part of your belly. And keep your breath deep and connected with your belly. And from our heart, we go a little bit lower, the upper part of the belly, the middle part, and then the lowest part of your belly. Very important part to feel more safe in your body, your nervous system, the heart and the brain are all connected. You can wander a little bit around. And imagine that you are there in the lower part of your belly. And with all your attention, you can create a little bit more space. You are there and create a little bit more space just with your awareness. Nothing to do, just be. And just be the observer for the space you have created for yourself. Be the observer how it feels to be important for yourself. Safe and lovable. Connected in and within the body. And just observe. Nothing more, nothing less. And then from the lower part in the belly, you go a little bit more up. Back to your heart. Thank your heart for this moment for yourself. Be grateful. Thank you, dearest heart, to be here right in the moment for me. And then go a little bit further, more up to your chest, your throat. Going back to the mind and observe how calm your mind is right now. Breathe in and out. Move your fingers, your hands, maybe your feet. Feel how your body wants to move, maybe your shoulders. And right there, when you are ready, you can open your eyes and come back here in the environment and the space around you. And feel what's changing right there, right now, within you. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Charlotte. It's like I figured I was quite relaxed starting off this podcast. But right now I'm just like, this is a different level. But this is one of the reasons why I've invited you. Because this, what we just did, that this is a form of alchemy to me.
Yes, totally true. I think the alchemy is within the body, and the body knows exactly much more than the brain can ever know.
Mm-hmm. Because what is it that we just did? What did you just...
Well, what we just did was a meditation, but to make the connection with the body. And in our culture, in our countries, in our society, we are so driven by the mind. Like we got taught at school how to use your mind, but no one get taught how to use the body. And the body is responsible for 80% of all the information the brain can connect with. And the body is so important. But when you walk on the street, I only see people in their minds, like they are busy with their thoughts, they are busy with everything they need to do, the work, private life, family, and it's all happening in the mind. But the mind is only like the cognitive, very rational part is only 5% of what we do, what we are. And then I'm talking about the subconscious mind. It's not only here in the brain, it's the whole body.
So 5% of the brain is cognitive?
Yeah. Rational. Yeah. And 95% is subconscious. So that means everything you got taught in the first 7, 8 years of your life is stored in the body. We have so many cells. And every cell has information for us. And we thought that a lot of information is stored in the brain, but it's just a small part. It's the body who can tell you everything. And when we are stressed, when we are focused, when we are running our daily life and business, and we are in the head, in the mind. But the mind is not the emperor. When we see the Chinese medicine, it's 5,000 years already. It's so old. We know so much.
We've recorded a podcast episode on it.
Oh, I love it. I would like to listen to that. Because that's old. And the Chinese medicine, they teach us the head is just a supporter of the heart, of the body. The true emperor is here, right here in the heart, the body. And when we don't feel safe in the body, and that's the nervous system, it's really important, we get rushed. Like we want to go and we need to do this and we need to do that. And then you get the brain under strain. By the end of the day, you are in the couch and think, wow, again one day. But how do I live? What do I want to reach? What do I want to feel? Can you feel?
Yeah, it's so beautiful because every episode that we've recorded so far for this series, it's all different topics, but it all comes down to the same thing, which is the importance of feeling.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of experience in, correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I would summarize it is that you help people to provide them with tools on how to regulate their own nervous system, right?
True.
Can you share a bit more about what it is that you do?
Well, it's the holistic vision. It started from the mind perspective because I was really a mind woman. I want to invest everything and I want to prove that it works and that it's like science-based. That starts 10 years ago almost.
But that was already like focused on the nervous system?
Yeah, the nervous system and the brain, because the brain is like on top of the nervous system and the vagus nerve, very important. But I found out that the whole vagus nerve and nervous system is based on emotionals, is based on trauma, is based on safety. Safety is so important.
Because that's like 95%, like you just said.
When you don't feel safe, and I can really tell you that I think 98% of the people all around the world don't feel safe within. And then the brain will take over. The mind will tell you, okay, do this, do that, go this way. And it tries to pretend you in a safe position. But if the mind is in charge, he will put you in a position you already know. And what you already know is not always the best for you. So it's like safety, but not the real safety, because you don't feel it. If you don't have a connection with your body, if you don't know how your nervous system works, if you don't know about trauma, if you don't know and you don't feel your emotions, you are disconnected and it's only the mind. And then you live such a small part of all the possibilities you have.
Yeah, but it is, like, I really relate to that because I always thought, but I feel, right? But I am feeling. But turns out I was, but just a really small part of what it is that I feel right now. I've actually come to discover that I am really sensitive. I believe that in nature we all are.
True.
But because I always just assumed that I felt safe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's like I recognize myself in what it is that you just said, in a sense, like I felt safe in the unsafety.
Mm-hmm.
So that became like my comfort zone.
Exactly.
Because I didn't know any better. So I just figured, safe? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
You know?
because you don't know what's truly safe.
Yeah.
To feel a true connection from like your gut and below, and to feel your whole body connected, because no one told us or taught us in our childhood how can we handle emotions. What is an emotion? And no one knows that the body keeps the score. It's also a book, Bessel van Kolk, really interesting, that the body keeps the score.
You're the second one in this series recommending this
Oh,
book.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay,
Yeah.
read it. The body keeps the score, but the mind tries to forget, because the mind doesn't want to have any pain or discomfort. But actually, if we block all the emotions and we ignore it, the body says, hey, okay, I will store it in my cells. And that's so interesting that our cells all has receptors. And the receptors are connected with the emotions. If we repeat emotion after emotion after emotion and we don't release it, we don't feel it, we don't sit with it, it kept stored in our cells. And what's happening with the body, but also the nervous system, they remind, oh wow, but anxiety or stress or feeling not good enough is my basic. That's my standard. So your body will respond to every situation, even when it's very positive, negative. Because this is what the body knows.
But to come back to the receptor part, what is that?
The receptor part. So Candace Pert, she's a very acknowledgeable neuroscientist. She did studies to what is an emotion, and an emotion is energy in motion. So it's moving, flowing through your body. And actually an emotion is like on physical level, 90 seconds. But because the mind has an opinion about it, we think something about the emotion. Oh, I can't feel anger. I can't feel anxiousness. I can't feel frustration or sadness. And then we drop it there, but we store it in the body. And the receptor is like a keychain. You can open it. They will store the information from the emotion. It will close. And that's your
Trauma.
perception. It's a trauma.
Yeah.
And then the cell says, okay, but this is the only thing I recognize. So every information comes in, even when it's positive, recreated from the subconscious mind, it's negative because I'm not safe. So your body and your nervous system is always attended like, okay, am I safe? No, I'm not. Because you're not safe in the body. And it's not about the environment.
Yeah.
Even though the environment, so the whole cultural society, is toxic. It's so toxic. We are only in a rush. We are only busy with how can I change so you will like me? Instead of how can I be myself? And if you don't like me, it's okay. I'm still safe within.
Yeah, but if you're feeling unsafe within yourself, then you're more likely to, well, you want to survive, so then you adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you will change.
Yeah.
And then I never be the person who I'm truly are. So my true essence within, I don't know. Who am I? So do you dare to ask yourself the question, who am I? Who am I became after my 20, 30, 40, 50 years? because you are not truly yourself, because you're changing. And that starts already in our baby creation, when we are in the womb of our mother. The first neural network, and that's really a brain part, is the first neural network creates is, am I safe enough? What can I do to change myself, to give myself safety?
Yeah.
So we are born with a brain who can change and adapt.
Yeah, I learned the other day that, like, as a baby, the most important thing to survive is our mother.
Yeah.
So we are being birthed onto this earth, and then in order to survive, like, this is all happening subconsciously.
Yeah.
We are likely to adapt, like, for that to be our nature, at least in the first years. And then in school, there is not a real focus on learning how to feel, how to regulate our nervous system. And what you just explained about the receptors, that is all happening subconsciously, right? It's not something we decide to do.
Totally.
It just happens.
Yeah.
And is it true that the more emotions we do not feel and get subconsciously just stored in those cells, the more that gets stored in the cells, like, then at a certain point, it gets like so full that then what happens?
Well, it becomes your life. So it's not just an emotion. Your emotion isn't your life, but when your whole body is stored in organs, fascia, nervous system, like in all the parts, like it's unsafe, your behavior will be unsafe. Like, okay, can I connect with you? No, I'm not able to connect because I don't know how to connect when I don't feel safe. So it influences your relationships, your marriage, your connection with your child, the connection with your work life. Like in every part of life, it comes back because that's you. And when you are on a certain level of stress and it's chronic, how we call it, like it's on a daily basis, it's every moment, this is how your perception of the world will be. So you don't see the world around you how the world is. No, you see it how you are within. So how is your inner world? And that starts already in the moment that you are in the womb of your mother. It starts from, how is the heartbeat from my mother? Is she stressed? Does she has trauma? Is she reliable to make connection with me? The baby, the small, tiny little baby, is changing already. Okay, when my heartbeat is slower, I will support my mom. So a child is really almost made, but that's not good, to make the mom happy. Because when the mom is happy and she's relaxed, the baby is safe. And that's what's happening on a really low and young age already, that children become very adaptable to change themselves to the mother, the father, and then later on to school. And you lose yourself. And then beside that, we have 7 generations before we get born with information. That's like 100 people before you were born give information into your cells.
So that is like 100 years of information that we carry inside our bodies.
Yeah, much more. Like 7 generations is approximately 254 people before you walking here on Earth, living the life.
And then it's the first years of your life. And then you are already feeling so much.
Yeah.
And you just explained the emotion. But then there is at a certain point so much going on in the body. And you're adapting, wanting to be liked, like consciously or subconsciously. We're going to school. And so much is coming our way, right?
So much.
And then it's normal, right? That some emotions just get stored in the body because it's too much to navigate and to handle.
Yes, it's totally normal until we know how to handle. And that's really important in our childhood, but we need to have parents who are very capable to make an emotional connection. And because the generations before us didn't get taught how they can use their emotions, even though they are not capable about giving words to their emotions. And that's what I teach my son. He's 9 years old. Okay, but what do you feel? And can you tell me, bring your hands. You feel it here because you're a little bit anxious or you're a little bit stressed. You feel it here. Okay, can you bring your breathe a little bit more lower? And what if you feel it? Oh, wow, Mom, I feel it and it's okay. It's gone. Like it's just
beautiful.
90 seconds.
Yeah. And your son is like 9 and he's realizing that now.
Yeah, he's 9, but I teach him already almost since I gave him birth because I missed it in my life. Emotions, I really don't know.
Yeah.
Of course, when I am sad, my parents told me, okay, you can be sad, it's okay. But a lot of people, a lot of human were told, don't be upset, don't cry, don't feel this, put it away. You don't need to be like in anger. But anger is really important. When we store anger in the body, and when you read Gabor Mate's books, and he's really like a vision, his vision is really right there because the body stores the angerness for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and it becomes illness.
Yeah.
Like cancers.
So is that like normally like the word trauma is quite scary to people, but it doesn't have to be something made, like it doesn't have to be like a major event.
No.
It's like, at least in my experience, what I experience when I read Gabor or whoever, also Gabby Bernstein is referring to trauma a lot. When I read about trauma, is like what to me seems to be like the overlap is energy not being felt through.
Exactly.
But I always thought that I was feeling, and I always, like my perception was, I'm feeling safe. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm feeling, yeah, I guess so. I know how to be angry, yeah, I guess so. Because I didn't know that I could feel more. And when I read the book, The Alchemist, like I spoke about that book with my dad. He gave me that book for my birthday. He did not know that I had already read it. And he gave it to me and he said, this book carries the most beautiful advice that I could give you. But he has also only recently started to, well, focus more on feeling. And I now reread the book, and now I read it from a completely different perspective. And I was like, this book so beautifully shows the importance of feeling, because like you just explained, you like your 9-year-old son discovering, oh, hey, well, feeling that emotion is not that scary after all. It's actually, like you said, like 90 seconds or whatever. And I was a lot older when I realized, oh, feeling is not that scary. You know, like it's the brain resisting it. But when my dad gave me that book and he was like, just feel it, then I would be like, yes, but it's uncomfortable. Yeah, but just feel it, you know? And also the generations before us, we cannot blame them because like, for example, my dad, he probably was never taught how to feel. And my grandmother probably was never taught how to feel.
True.
But if we would, I would love to ask you to give some examples of symptoms, first of a regulated nervous system, just, you know, and then afterwards that we shine light on what are possible symptoms, because it's also not either or, right? It could be that
Both. Yeah.
for a couple of days you are regulated, you are able to cope, you are able to handle.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is for people something chronical, right? Can you give some examples of a generally regulated nervous system?
Yeah, well, I think it's quite interesting what you mentioned, like every day can be different. And I want to make it a little bit bigger, like every hour, every minute can be different. Because the vagus nerve is only scanning our area within, but also in our environment around us.
What is the
there
vagus
safety?
nerve?
The vagus nerve is one of the most important brain nerves. It goes from behind, but also in the front. We have two sides of the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is your guidance, your roadmap to, am I safe or not? And it's connected from the brain to all our organs. And that's why it's one of the most important nerves in the whole body. So it connects the gut with the heart with the lungs with the liver. And we are, how I call it in my book, Brain Balance, the Method, we are a systemical consciousness. So not only subconsciousness, it's part of, but we have also the system within. Your organs are all connected. When one organ, for example, you drink too much alcohol in the weekend, you have a very nice party, your liver is getting practicing, or how can I say it? Overworked. And your lungs, but also your heart and your gut it's connected. So one part is out of business and all the other parts are, they feel it. So we need to work very hard to get more balance. And then you have your subconscious mind, and then you have your systemical mind outside, so your energetic field. It's so big. When there is one part in your systemical consciousness what's not working so well for you, and it starts in the vagus nerve with unsafety, you feel disbalanced. Your question was, how can I feel when my nervous system is regulated? Good. You feel at ease. You feel your shoulders are low. You can relax. Your mind is not taking over. You are not having a lot of problems in your mind. And you can feel you are in the moment, right here.
You're in your body.
You are in your body, connected. You feel your body, and you can listen to your body because your body speaks to you. She has, or he has, information for you. But are you capable and willing to listen? When your nervous system is regulated, you can feel them, handle them, release them quite easy. When there is a moment around you, so something is happening to you, you are so capable to carry that, not from heart and protection, but like, oh, let's go with the flow.
Yeah, you can regulate.
You can regulate like everything, but you can feel also the depth of your relationships. For example, when you have a partner, you can meet each other on a very deep level in connection. Connection is regulated by the nervous system, vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is really happy when you connect, truly connect, by the heart, by the body.
But you can only connect if you're yourself.
You can only connect when you feel safe. Yeah. It's impossible to connect with someone else if you're not connected with yourself. So you need to make a deep dive.
I have to think of the meditation that you just guided me through, because I realized first I start to yawn, like I release tension. And then in the beginning, when I would close my eyes, also right now when I close my eyes, then I see like all the flickering, right? So there's like a lot of activity around the brain. And then at a certain point, I started to relax my shoulders. I started to yawn even more. And then also my belly started to like blop, 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 you know?
Yeah.
And then there was just this moment. But at the same time, it is also good to, the moment that I sit down here for the podcast recording and things need to run smoothly, and well, at least it would be great. People, I want to accommodate people, things would have to be organized. So it's also good that my brain is active.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
it's like, how should I put it? There was a phase in my life that even when I would experience something very positive, that I would feel overwhelmed. If I would visualize it like this bucket of water, it was just always full. And every drop of energy that would be poured on top, it would just be too much.
Too much, yes.
So my body had actually been showing me for a long time but I was just ignoring it. Can you name some symptoms of like a full bucket?
Yeah, of course. Like very bad sleep, waking up during the night for 2-3 times. And then people tell me, oh no, but I just need to go to the toilet. No, that's not true. Because when you're totally at ease and your nervous system is calmed down, there is no signal to the brain that you need to go to the toilet. It's a sign of the nervous system that you are still aware and that you are still feel unsafe in your environment. So that's a really interesting part, because 64% of the Dutch people, they say, okay, my sleep is not good. I can improve. A really nice sign is to have all the thoughts in our mind. Our mind loves to think. But when it's over producing thought after thought after thought, it becomes like very, very devastating. Like your energy becomes low, you are tired. So tiredness is very a signal. If you are tired for a day, it's okay. You can regulate. But if you're tired for a couple of weeks, it's a sign. If you're not capable to handle emotions, it's a sign. If you are in your relationship or in your family or with friends and you feel I am irritating very quick, like when you say something to me of, that's a sign. Then your brain and nervous system is under strain. So it's too much going on. But also your food, your skin, your hair, your nails. It's typically when people are overloaded with stress, there's still trauma. You see it at the skin. It's not glowy. Because when the skin is glowy, it looks beautiful. You can say, okay, beautiful. That's because it comes from within. And I know so many people also in our therapies that people say, okay, but my hair is broken. It's not healthy. It's not shiny. That's a sign.
Yeah, it's good that you right now start talking about the therapies that it is that you do, because actually right now, a bit of a rewind. Beginning of the episode, I was like, so Charlotte, I listened to your podcast and I asked you to explain a bit about what it is that you do. You've touched upon the brain balance method that you've developed.
Yes.
I listened to this episode of yours from your podcast series that was about like the brain food. And what I love, I hope that I right now tell the story in a good way. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
But in this one episode, you shined light on two people, two of your
Clients.
Yeah. There was, I believe, one man and he was dealing with, I don't know, I think it was like gut problems. And you, like your therapist, like the therapist that you work with, recommended for him to take out like some food groups. And then in no time, I think you said like 2 or 3 weeks, he realized like he was physically feeling good. But more importantly, he realized that his brain, like he was experiencing so much joy and like lightness and clarity.
Yeah.
So that was one example. But then you showed the other example, which was like, I want to say like kind of the other way around. It was about this lady who was not feeling good, but she could not point her finger to it. And also experiencing gut problems. But then it turned out after that she was doing some therapy sessions that it had to do with trauma. And once the trauma was treated, that she would then have a regulated gut.
Yeah.
So it's like from the gut to the brain and from the brain to the gut. It's like two different people, different stories, like different lives.
True.
But the connection with the brain and the gut, and then you and your team of experts, you then help people, give them tools on how to regulate themselves, right? Like find out what in this
Yeah.
system is out of balance here.
Yeah, well, there are so many problems, and we are not solving the problem, but we start by where does it come from? And that's totally different. So you have a problem, the gut problem, mental issues, fatigue, anxiety, burnout, ADHD. What's below? There is always something below, and it's not only your food. You can eat so healthy, you can take your supplements, you can sleep very well, you can do your exercise, you can do your yoga, your meditation, and still feel exhausted. So what's there below? There is a signal from the body. And when we don't fix, I don't like the word fix because fix feels for the brain, okay, you can fix me. No, you need to understand and make your consciousness more about how do I live? What do I do? What's stored in the body? And that's what we do with all the sessions. We go deeper. And that's not scared. Some people say, oh, but then I don't know what I feel. Yes, that's true, because the mind doesn't know, but the body knows. And when you do have problems, eczema, anxiety, the gut problems, there is a starting point. What's the starting point? What's there? What kind of information?
Can you debunk for me what is anxiety? Like I remember in the beginning when it was becoming, like hype is not the right word, but at a certain point on social media, anxiety was everywhere. And I was like, I don't think I'm anxious. I don't know really what it is. I was definitely anxious at the time, and I still sometimes am. Would you explain to me how you would describe anxiety?
Yeah, beautiful question, because I think it's a really common thing right now. And it's not so strange, because when the nervous system is being active all over every minute of the day, anxiety is in the end what you get. When the nervous system is happy and safe and feeling good, there's no anxiety.
Is it the full bucket?
The full bucket. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. It's the full bucket. And it's not that you are very scared of your work or your social environment. That's only the end station.
Yeah.
But there's
Like,
so much before, sometimes couple of years. It's not only weeks. Like burnout, it's not happening right now. It's like layers on layers on layers. And then by the end result, it's burnout or depression or anxiety.
What is a burnout?
Burnout when your body is ignored for a really long time. And then actually it's a conscious, watch this, it's a conscious decision of the subconscious mind to say to the human being, slow down, do something else, because this is not healthy, it's not good. That's a burnout. It's beautiful. It's a right response from the body in an environment what's toxic. But you create your own environment. It's not only society, it's also when you give your brain the guidance, like, okay, brain is everything. No, it's not. So use your body in the right direction. And it's not only sport. Feel it.
Yeah.
If you ignore all your feelings, by the end you get depression. By the end you get burnout. By the end you get sleepless nights.
Like I hear what it is that you're saying, but when I go back a couple of years, like it was no conscious decision of mine to be denying my feelings because I didn't have a choice.
Exactly.
Like I didn't even realize, one, that my bucket was full. But what I could experience when I would be in a room with people, then I would pick up on so much I did not know what it was at the time. Right now, I'm aware that it was energy. But I was like, something must be off with me. I was too scared to share it with anyone, like what it was that I was experiencing. Looking at other people, everyone just seemed like happy and content. And I was just experienced this sense of, I would say, like disease, like not feeling at ease. So everything, what it was that I was feeling was too much. So I was scared to feel. I did not know at the time what I was scared of. Now I realize that I was scared to feel.
Yeah, beautiful.
In the meantime, I feel really lucky to have met the right people. And at a certain point, I was brave enough to open up to the people around me. And then, like right now, I do have the tools to regulate my nervous system. And it was as if slowly over the years, and it still is, like the bucket is like getting more empty, you know, like the water's getting out because my feeling muscle is growing.
Yeah, beautiful.
And now I actually realize how beautiful it is to be feeling so much,
Wow.
right? You know, like sitting here with you on the couch, like experiencing a sense of connection. Like that to me is what life is about. Right now, feeling goosebumps all over my body, you know?
Yeah.
But right now, being aware of it. Whereas in the past, like I think it is really important for people to know is that right now, us mentioning all of those symptoms, right? Like a burnout or eczema or your gut, or I'm hearing it everywhere around you, but it's really important to know that it is okay.
Yeah.
Like the first step is
It's not your fault.
no, it's to become aware and also not wanting to fix it straight away. Because if you start wanting to fix it out of a place of unsafety, it will only be this other drop in the bucket. It will only be this one more thing on your to-do list. It needs to come from a space of love, because why was I not capable of feeling at the time is because I never could do this to myself. You know, when
beautiful.
right now, when a situation becomes overwhelming or I experience sadness or fear, or then still often I subconsciously try to distract myself, run away. But like the time span, like the time that I actually run away and distract myself and cope, this time becomes smaller because I get to know myself better. So I know what my coping mechanisms are.
Yeah, you feel more safe by feeling.
Yeah.
And it's all about safety.
Yeah.
So you can't say, okay, but now it's you need to fix yourself, so feel.
No.
It's impossible.
No.
Because when your whole system is built on unsafety and it's not safe to feel, how can I feel?
Yeah, exactly.
So also for the people who are listening, it's not something you need to do. You need to be. Because you are born with feelings. You are an emotional being. That's what you are. But the mind took it over because we got taught about it in school.
Yeah.
No one learns you how to feel.
And what helped me a lot was doing yoga nidras.
Beautiful.
So then I would like put on my headphones, and I have like the sensory deprivation ones, you know, that you really like turn inward. And I recall when I started doing those, like that is really, you shut off the world around you and you go inwards, and it's actually what you just guided us through. It's like you go like sensory, you go through your whole body. And at the time I wasn't realizing that what I was actually practicing was feeling.
Yeah.
But I loved doing it, but it was really uncomfortable. Like I recall in the beginning, it was actually training this muscle, because in the beginning when I would go inward, Charlotte, I would really become aware, oh my God, like my heart is pounding.
I want to
in my
run
chest.
away.
Yeah. But I was like, why is my heart pounding? But like something in me was like, oh my God, like we're about to feel like we're not going there, you know? But the only way...
This is really interesting what you are sharing about your own experience. We can do everything But when you don't feel like in the subconscious, so in the body, there is still stored, it's not safe to do this. The experience is unsafe.
Yeah.
So you create a space for yourself where your goal is to relax, to make a connection, but the information in your cells, that's what you want to change. And if you don't change the information, you can do like 100 yoga nidras and it will be a struggle again, 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 repeat after repeat. So what you actually want to do is help the body to release the old trauma. And you have a beautiful body therapies like breathing, like TRE, shaking therapy. And if you are conscious and aware of how your system works, you can release like everything.
But in the end, whether it's TRE or EMDR or breathwork or yoga nidra or whatever it is, it all comes down to, like shaking open that cell and releasing the energy that was stored. But once it's released, it would have to be felt, move through your body, like the emotion. And that is the moment that the bucket starts getting more and more empty.
Yes.
And like my bucket is emptying and it looks pretty empty already. And right now, when a big wave comes my way in life, of course I'm scared. Like I'm human. I experience fear. But right now it is fear moving through my body. Sometimes I cope. Sometimes I run away for a bit because I'm human and my mind does not like to feel uncomfortable sensations. But now it's like I experience those moments that I'm like, I'm actually okay.
Yeah.
Like experiences in my life that in the past I would experience as unsafe, right now are safe again. So this is why at a certain point, it started with reading The Alchemist and then it was doing the yoga nidras. And I've met so many beautiful people like you, like it's all a different lens
100%.
to feeling in the end.
But get to know yourself.
Yeah.
That's the whole journey of being more conscious. That's your level of consciousness. It starts with unconsciousness. And then because of books, podcasts, people, your own struggles in life, your own challenges in life, there will be a moment for everyone that you think, okay, can I do something different? Or can I have a different experience in my life? Or this is it. Like a lot of people around 30 years, the big question is, okay, this is it. So I have my business, my career, I have my family, I have a partner, I have a house. But that's not life. Life for me is feel, be in the moment, be connected with yourself and then with the people around you.
So it could be that people listening today, like either they are, I hope that they feel inspired. Maybe there is a way to empty my bucket a bit more.
Yeah.
And maybe there's also people, well, I actually feel quite content, but maybe I can see whether I can expand the space in my bucket.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. How more flexible you are, how bigger the experiences will be in your life.
Yeah.
When you are living your life like this is your only view. But can you imagine when you're wider your point of view, a little bit like, oh, this is scary. Oh my God, I see something different. Oh my God, how I live, it's maybe not the truth. Because there are like thousands kind of truth. What's your truth? And then you're wider your perception and bigger, bigger, bigger. And then you see the whole perspective and then you think, wow, there's still much, much more.
Yeah.
Like when you view the stars, when I love the stars and the moon. And when I'm gazing the stars, it reminds me of how small we are here in the human experience. There's so much more. Are you willing to see it?
You're willing to feel it.
Yeah, it's like a present. Your life is a present. Unfold it every day, layer by layer by layer. Go on experience, go on adventure. Your life is one big adventure.
Yeah, but right now that I'm starting to feel even more and more, I realize, hold on, I've always been so sensitive, and something in me, just out of protection, I assume, was just like, this is too much. Like, I'm gonna store this. And the moment that I started to empty out my bucket, I didn't realize how beautiful it is to only feel more and more, because I had never experienced that, right? But right now that I'm growing my feeling muscle, I'm like, this is so cool, to feel more every day. Because the more that I feel, whether it's inside my body, whether it's inside my heart, whether it's inside this room, whether it's inside a country that I step foot in, I feel more. But the most important part, I think, when I started to learn how to regulate my nervous system, was that I started to become more me. Because I started to feel like at a certain point, I was capable of feeling, hold on, this is my baseline. This is my energy. If this drops down or goes up when I am with other people or in certain places doing certain activities, that means something.
Exactly. It tells something about you, your inner world.
Yes.
And then you can shift from survive to live.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's what you feel, and that's what you say and tell me. That's beautiful. You can feel I'm alive instead of I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
That's a totally different energy. To live, survive.
Yeah.
And you feel it because energy is everywhere. Not only in our cells, it's in the surroundings.
Do you think that people listening and they have like question marks, like, I don't know how my nervous system is doing. Do you believe that people deep down, they know if something's off?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
they
don't
because that's the
consciously.
safety as well. Like, okay, when I do what I did, I know what I get. That's a brain.
Yeah, but again,
part.
that is something though that is subconscious.
Yes, true.
Because I used to beat myself up for wanting to stay in my comfort zone and not daring to change something. But actually, the moment that I started to change something was the moment that I was like, Annie, it's okay that you want to stay in your comfort zone. And then I was like, then I did dare to take the step,
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you make it safe.
Yeah.
And more soft.
Yeah.
And from a hard part to ourselves, we can't change. From a soft part, you can change. Because what's happening, you become vulnerable. When you're vulnerable, it's not something to do with the mind. You can't say, okay, today I'm vulnerable. No, because it's not a trick. It's not a quick fix. But you are vulnerable. And when? When you feel.
Yeah.
When you show your emotions. When you show your vulnerability, like, oh my gosh, I'm also a human being and I feel something also over aroused. That's fine.
Like I felt so scared to take off my guard and have those first conversations and share with people that I was having experiences that were very uncomfortable, and that I was asking myself those questions, who am I? And that I did not know the answer, and that I was not feeling good at the time. I remember feeling so scared, but the moment that I took off that guard, it felt so empowering, and like my mind had tried to keep me away from doing that. But actually, the moment that I did take off my guard and I did have those conversations, actually, the world around me was like, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, then you have the true connection.
Yes, because you connect as the being that you are, like as your authentic self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's so important to recognize, also for the listeners, but also for you and for me, your protection, your shield, your guard. It was there for you in the period you needed it.
Yeah.
And it helps you to survive. It helps you to grow up. It helps you to become who you are right now. And maybe it's not your end station. That's okay. But realize it was there for me. Be grateful.
That is that point of kindness.
Yeah, say thank you for your guard. Thank you for protecting me. But now I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, like I also, when I think about it, Charlotte, like right now, I'm so grateful to be feeling so much. But at the time, I really was not capable to.
No, because you didn't know how.
Yeah.
You were born like an emotional being, but it was not okay to feel the emotion. So it's for a child, it's really okay, I feel this, but I can't show it because there is no one, no adult who can help me with this. So I put it away.
Yeah.
That's your safety. That's your guard, your shields. You become more hard. And I think for boys and girls, it's like a different way of trying to survive. And that's why we need to have the protection. But now we can learn it's not there anymore. You don't need it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You can leave it behind. But start with kindness, with empathy, with compassion for yourself. Because when you don't have compassion for yourself, you can't heal. And you need to heal the physical parts, but also the emotional parts. We are wounded, everyone, and that's okay. Don't make it a big issue or problem. And I think we are now in a period in society that it's okay to share more about it. That it's not only me or you or the neighbor, but that we are all in the same kind of movement to become more awake.
Yeah.
And that's beautiful. Use it. Like 20, 30 years ago, kind of podcasts like this or information was not available for our parents. My parents told me, oh, it's so interesting. They did all the studies, the events in our company. We train a lot of people. They did all the trainings. Oh my gosh. When I knew this like 40 years ago, my life would be totally different. It doesn't matter what age.
Yeah.
We had a woman of 83 in one of our trainings, and she told me, Charlotte, you teach me now, I'm 83, how to live, how to feel. And I'm so happy. 83, it's okay.
And then you provide them like with, you would provide your clients like with tools, like various tools.
We have several trainings. We have a whole team of trainers from the method I created the last 10 years. And we have certain levels. And the first level is a 9-month course about what's the subconscious mind? How does the brain works with the body? How can you know yourself a little bit more? Why do you say yes when you want to say no? Why do you ignore your body? Why do you ignore the signals? Because it's your safety. So we're unwinding all the safety procedures.
It starts with safety.
And yes, exactly. And then we build off the human existence, and then we build on the new you. And it's like magic, alchemy. It's wow. Everyone is capable to do this. It's no rocket science. Are you willing to do it? You can change everything. It starts with the will. And only a small amount of people are really willing to change their life. And the people who are not willing, they will keep running the rat race in life forever. So it's a choice.
Then again, for some people, it is not a choice. Like I right now can look at other people with compassion that like I observe them running.
Mm-hmm.
But I have, even though even if I would love them and I would see it happening, then I do also, like, I find it difficult because I love them so much and I wish better for them. And then whenever I would share like tools or advice, like, hey, this has helped me, if I would see that it would not lend, then right now I've made a decision for myself, then I decide to trust it's not their time yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that they are not capable.
No.
Everyone is capable.
Yeah. But it's like, what I notice is that if they continue running, then it's not like they choose to continue running because they are not even aware that they're running.
Exactly. It's the subconscious.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you can make a decision to change today and tomorrow. And if you don't make the decisions, it's up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
You make the decisions. And if you're not aware about it, it's not your time yet. And that's okay. But every human being is capable or to change the mind, the subconscious mind, to make the connection with the body, to feel again. It's alchemy because we are. It's not doing. And I think that's the most important thing that I learned the last 10 years. When I start from the mind, I need to do something, but I learned to be.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, you started to debunk the whole nervous system and you started off with all of those books on the brain.
Yeah.
And actually right now you find yourself all the way down to the root, which actually comes down to feeling.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole part.
Yeah.
But it's all systemical, working together.
Yeah, and also you shared like this level 1 course on debunking the subconscious and like the safety part, like where it all starts, right?
Yeah.
But this only was like 9 months.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's so much to digest. There is so much information inside our bodies, but then also out there on how to regulate your nervous system, how to feel better. On the one hand, that is beautiful. And on the other hand, it's also important to communicate that it's okay if it takes time.
Oh, of course. It's a lifetime. It's a life being of finding, not really finding, but discover yourself. Because when you dive in for the very first time, it's so different when you read the same knowledge 5 years later.
Yeah.
It enters a deeper level of consciousness. It's all about consciousness. And that's what you are opening. Unfolding, diving deeper, and then you are stable. Okay, it's fine, it's good. And then there's some major event in your life, and then you realize, okay, I'm still dealing with some things. Healing is not only brain, it's not only body, it's spiritual, it's energy, it's all.
Yeah, it's holistic.
Yeah, and
but it's good that you mentioned this, because I have to be honest with you. Earlier in the episode, when you were like, you're not supposed to wake up in the middle of the night, I was like, uh-oh. Yeah. Like, that means my bucket is still not empty.
And it's okay. It's okay. We don't need to be like every day in balance. That's not for me. I'm working with this for 10 years. I wrote 10 books about it. I have a whole institute, a trainers team. I do the theaters, like everything. But even me, and I do have a lot of knowledge. But also sometimes I have a week that I think, okay, it's too much.
Yeah, okay.
But what I realized before, like 10 years ago, I got in a burnout. But now when I feel, okay, this week or this period is quite intense because I divorced, I move, I travel around, I have my baby, I have my 4 companies, I have myself, I have my new partner, relationship. That's quite a lot. But I'm flexible. Like, okay, one day I feel, okay, it's too much. But the other day I feel, oh, I'm still here. Because my bucket is not totally empty. And I don't believe that your bucket, that it's a need that your bucket needs to be empty. Like totally. It comes and it goes. That's life, like a wave. And when you surf the wave, that's excellent.
So that's maybe a good question. Like right now, the listener listening to us, it's about, are your anxious days balancing out the really calm and nice regulated days? Because then it means that there's balance, right?
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
the moment that they're like, okay, so no, that's not the case for me. I would want to feel more at ease and more regulated, riding the wave, go with the flow. What tools could you give them to
Well,
empty
what
their bucket?
tools to empty the bucket is breathing, meditation, go to nature. Nature heals. Sit next to a tree without your phone. Leave it in the car, turn it off, because it's the frequency from a mobile phone activates the nervous system. So even when you do a walk in the park or in nature or in the woods, you are distracting from the true connection. Go within, feel how your legs are on the couch, feel your shoulders, feel your breathe, feel your heart. Make connection with the heart and realize that the mind is not your chief officer, nothing at all.
It's interesting because right now when you said, like, I'm a tree hugger, don't get me wrong.
Me too. I love it.
But right now when you said like I can imagine, right? I imagine someone listening to this episode, sitting in the train, coming home from work, and they listen to Annie and Charlotte being like, go hug a tree, that they're like, their brain, their mind
Yeah,
is
of
like, those two are
course.
insane.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
even if they, like, it's okay, right? If their mind is telling them that, or telling them, I'm not switching off my phone during my walk because I will listen to a podcast or to music, that is fine. But then still they can make the conscious decision, you know what? I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
And see how I
Yeah.
feel afterwards.
Go and explore.
Yeah.
Try and figure out what's working for me, because my experience shouldn't be your experience, because we are different.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We have a different perception, we have a different start, we have a different story. My life is my life and yours is yours. And we can give some experiences. Let's try it. And then when you have the experience, you can figure out, oh, interesting, because I felt a little change. Let's do this again the next day and the next day and the next day. But I invite you to don't shoot it after one experience, because one experience is not the truth at all. Try it again and again and again. And like after 5 times or 10 times, then you can say, okay, it's nothing for me. But try to see how the body responds.
Also, like, it's nothing for me. Actually, right now, the things that you mentioned, breathing,
Yeah, we do it
nature,
every day.
walking, you
Yeah.
know, like feeling your body. It is our nature.
Yeah.
And it could feel uncomfortable because in the beginning, because you're not used to that anymore. And also you don't have to be without your phone all the time. It's just about incorporating more of that, because I feel right now, why are people that are 80 years old, like you shared, or this younger generation, everyone experiencing anxiety, is, I think, because we're just all being overstimulated and
Yeah.
it's becoming too much.
Yeah.
So it's actually like a gift to be making the decision. I set the intention to become closer to myself and to my nature.
Beautiful. Wow, I love this. Yeah, that's beautiful, to come closer to the real me.
Yeah, you just shared it also with your first course about the safety, that it's about like peeling off those layer of the onion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And don't be afraid when you sit in silence. So start with just a couple of minutes, sit on your couch.
A timer, that's a good one, because
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Start
yeah.
with 3 minutes. That's already a lot when your brain and your nervous system is so used to chaos and overstimulating and information.
Yeah.
And you sit down and be in silence. Wow, that's a lot.
And I would want to propose the opposite thing is, like, in the beginning when I started to regulate my nervous system, sitting still almost was not an option. I did not intentionally started to do that, but in the morning when I would wake up, I would put on my headphones, put on music. In the dark, I would dance on music.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, like my body really wanted to move the moment that I woke up.
Yeah.
And instead of forcing myself to sit down and feel, because I
Beautiful.
was not able yet.
Yeah.
Right now I realize that.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
But moving, dancing, music, it turns on your energy.
Yeah.
I move every morning with my child and my dog. We're
Beautiful,
dancing,
yeah.
like for 10 minutes, dancing
Yeah.
on the most craziest music. It's
Actually,
okay.
dogs are
Cuddling.
Good one. Being close to animals, because they've got the most beautiful frequency.
Yeah.
It's actually, they are my examples, because I've got 2 dogs, Loon and Bella. And if I would snap at them, what they would do, shake it out.
Shake it out.
Forget
and
about
done.
it. Yeah. And that's like the energy in motion. Like you can observe it
And we
happening.
are made for this as well.
Yeah.
So we need to move the body, but feel it. Feel it when you cuddle your child or the dog or your cat or your rabbit, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel? You need to feel on the body level a change.
Yeah.
Because it's changing your alchemy.
Yeah.
Directly. Your cells respond. Oh, that's the way of safety can feel. When you give your partner a hug and you really truly love each other, you feel your nervous system becomes relaxed, at peace. That's how the body responds. But be aware of it.
Yeah. I think, we're gonna wrap it up. I think it comes down to, one, the awareness part, like where am I and where would I want to go?
Yeah.
Then it's about telling yourself that it's okay, that it may take a lot of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's about following your intuition. What does my system need that is actually natural to me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now when you do have a little bit of the brain knowledge and the subconscious mind and how the body reacts and responds, knows that it is a journey.
Yeah.
Take your time.
And I think listening to this podcast, how beautiful would it be if this would be the start of people's journey?
Wow, beautiful. And it's not a goal. There's no goal.
No.
Just exploring yourself.
I've learned a lot, so I want to thank you, Charlotte. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really nice. Let's connect with ourselves and with each other.